Hello and welcome everybody. It's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. I've got this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. It's very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5 and I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. You can pick more than one number if you wish. Pick all of them if you like. You'll have a lot to think about. Okay, so if you are new, please subscribe and be alive. And let's get a move on and we'll go to the board now. I like to have a little vision first before picking the cards. So I'll close my eyes. We're doing card number 1. Now, what's this I can see? Oh, gosh, it's very confusing. It's something about don't burn the candle at both ends, but then it turns into milk bottles with, and they're glass bottles. So this is how many decades am I going back now? They've got tinfoil tops. It makes me think about tinfoil hats. Be careful of conspiracy theories. There's so much of it about these days. And a lot of it is just about getting views on social media platforms. It's really quite dangerous. And as you probably know, I have sort of withdrawn a bit from social media because there is so much rubbish that you have to look through to get to the truth. And you can hone your sense of truth, by the way. You don't have to take on board what everybody says. Just listen to your body. Your body will tell you the truth when you hear it. So you're looking for physical signs in your body because your head sometimes gets confused or it's just, basically what happens is your brain doesn't want to process new information readily because it requires a lot of sugar and a lot of energy to do that. So it falls back to the neuronal networks the way that they already are. So you tend to watch things that you agree with and things that you don't agree with, you tend not to watch them. So I do try to force myself to watch things that I don't agree with. Sometimes I can't because it's just so much rubbish and it irritates me so much. But yeah, I'm open to new ideas and I think that's the best way to go is to be open and to check because things are always evolving. Let's have a look and see what number 1 has to say. The Lovers card. This is very appropriate for what I'm just talking about because it's about coming to terms with the opposites. Sometimes we think something and we don't have the full information and we if we integrate the opposites, that gives us the power over the opposite point of view. It doesn't mean that we have to necessarily accept it as being true and correct, but it does mean that we come to terms with that energy of the opposite sign. And in relationships especially, it can be a bit push me, pull you. You're together, you go apart, you're together, and it's what people call, complicated. Okay, snake down the bottom here, indicating some healing or some transformation going on. It's a very Plutonian type energy in that sense, is in that it's very transformative. The angels are watching out for everything that goes on. It could be quite passionate too, by the way, and passionate not only like sexually passionate, but passionate in that people really believe in what their ideas are. This is a major arcana card, which means there's probably some sort of major thing coming up in your life fairly soon to be considered and to integrate into your personality or into your life somehow. Okay, the Lovers card. Now, let's have a look for number 2. Number 2, bun in the oven. It used to be something we used to say decades ago when somebody was pregnant. So this could be a time of high fertility. On the other hand, you could just be cooking, which is something I've been trying to do. If you follow me on Facebook, you know that I'm a hopeless cook. So I made 5 banana and walnut cakes, right? Not one after the other, but, over a period of 5 weeks. The first one was perfect. The second one, the top fell off the cinnamon and the whole sort of jar of cinnamon went into the mix. I had to scoop it out, but it was still pretty awful. The third one I burnt. The fourth one, I forgot to put the sugar in. Yeah, so it was 4, not 5. Okay, but I'm working on my 5th idea now. Eventually I'll be able to make a perfect cake. And so this could mean that you're cooking and that you're teaching yourself to cook. It also means like brewing up an idea, cooking up an idea, and you might need some practice at it. Okay, I don't know which one of these 2 cards. I'll take that one. The King of Pentacles, this is fabulous for your money supply. Okay, maybe you're cooking up some ideas around your money. It's also, see here, here's the harvest, all these grapes. So it's a great time to take some of the harvest, some of your money, maybe have a holiday or something like that. But it doesn't really indicate holidays. It indicates that somebody around you or yourself is very astute with business or with money, and you could find new ways to make money and have all sorts of brilliant ideas. Aubergine, he's wearing aubergine, the colour of the third eye almost. So there's some sort of intuition going on about how you can make money as well. Okay, King of Pentacles, that's fabulous. Number 3, card number 3, closing my eyes now. What do I see? I'm up very high. Okay, so this is like a skyscraper I'm on top of. It's very, very high, looking down over all that I've created. The skyscraper is like a concept in your mind, a belief system that you've had for a long time, something that you've built up in your mind, and it's helped you ascend. It's helped you rise in consciousness. It's helped you evolved, and it's helped you to really become the person that you are now. There's some sort of change around this concept though, or this belief system, so it feels like you could need to tweak it or modify it in some way. You've got to where you are and it's been really good, and even so it needs some further work. Let's have a look and see. 2 cards come out. They look a bit ghastly, but ultimately they can be really beneficial. Queen of Swords can be somebody who overthinks everything, and then she just says, enough is enough, my head's out of control, I'm going to take control of my own head. In this way she's chopping head off, which basically means it's like the racing thoughts or the ideas are not appropriate, and she just says, nah, that's it, had enough, and makes a decision, chops them out of her life. She's seated here on a diamond with a diamond at the back, as you do, so very experienced being under stress, being under heat and pressure, and these precious diamonds and very valuable diamonds form as a result. But this is a real skill and ability to cut and dissect out whatever it is that is causing the problem, and to change your mind and to tweak your belief system that you already have. Okay, so it served you to now, but there's something now not quite right, so chop it off. And you can see here it sort of reinforces this type of idea of chopping with the 8 swords here. It's become a bit of a trap. Maybe your belief system, or maybe it's a relationship or a job. For example, it's become a bit of a trap that is now enslaving you. It's time to chop it off, okay? And you can chop those chains out of your life, take off that blindfold, and move forward in some way, okay? 3 is the number that I picked, so this is for me as well. And you may have noticed that I've cut back on YouTube because it was all getting too much, you know, running a business and doing YouTube as well. YouTube is not my business, you see, and just trying to have a life, you know, what's that? So let go of whatever it is that's not serving you. Okay, card number 4. Number 4, what do I see? Okay, again, we've got the oven here. This is a very modern oven. And it is about cooking, and also this is different types of food. This is like Asian food, lots of fresh vegetables, The food is sort of cooked, only just cooked, the vegetables, so they're not overcooked, they're not soft and mushy. So this is like a healthier way of living somehow. If you're in Australia, or New Zealand, we're going into winter now. It's getting cold. We're having cold snaps. You might be more inclined to go for the more starchy carbohydrate foods. I certainly am. Just watch you don't go too far with that. You still need your fresh veg. I'm so grateful I live on the Gold Coast. I can eat salad all year round. Okay, let's have a look. Number 4 we're doing, that's too many, I'm not doing all those. I'll do 1 or 2, but I'm not doing a handful. Number 4, what do I see? What's this? It's a ghost. There's some mirrors around and a ghost. A ghost from the past. You might hear some news. Mirrors can sometimes mean that they're reflecting a part of you. Maybe this is an old relationship you hear about, or they get in touch with you in some way, but they're reflecting what you already have within you. I can then see a vine creeping up the side of a house. It's a bit like Romeo and Juliet with the balcony, So it might look harmless enough if it is an ex-lover coming back. It might initially seem fair and reasonable, but he's creeping in kind of thing. So he or she, I should say. So just watch for that. Okay, let's see what card to get a bit more clarification. What card do we get? The card that comes out is the Knight of Wands. Here's a vine here. These leaves, these green leaves, maybe that's to do with growth and opportunity. Knight of Wands is typically someone quite young, motivated. They've got a lot of opportunity and potential in their life, but they're going slowly because they're seated on a tortoise. So it's about exploring the world, adventure, opening up your chakras, but sometimes that means international travel, or going somewhere unusual that you wouldn't normally go to. It's sort of like a path which is a bit unknown. It's something out there that is calling you, and of course, by all means, go for it. Go cautiously and plan for it. Think about it. But there's growth involved, which is really good. If it's to do with a relationship, I would be extra cautious. Okay, just on that point. If it is an ex that's coming back to you, Mercury has just turned direct in the last few hours. So if it is it's in shadow period, there can still be miscommunications for the next week. So sometimes under Mercury retrograde, you get messages from the past coming back, people coming back, things like that. It's just turned direct, so maybe another week or 10 days and we'll be totally out of it. Okay, so yeah, it's a good card. There's nothing negative about it. Maybe it's time to look at how you can expand your horizons. Alrighty, and lastly but not leastly, if there's such a word, we're doing number 5. Okay, coins here, that indicates change around you. Sometimes it is to do with your money. Now I see a rocket about to take off, like NASA's. I don't know what NASA's doing. I don't follow NASA, but it looks like that an idea is about to take off. It feels very expansive. It could have even recently have taken off. I'm just looking at the engines are on, and I feel a sense of excitement around this. The card that comes out is the 2 of Pentacles. It just indicates, again, the coins that I mentioned. It just indicates your money. Doesn't really sort of give an indication, which way it's going to go. But with the green, there's some sort of harmony or some sort of growth. I doubt it's bad news, to be quite honest. I think that the situation is changing around your finances, but it's for the better. It's more positive. The green, the growth. The blue, some messaging around it. Maybe you catch yourself thinking, oh, it's too good to be true, or, old ideas from the past or something like that that are not serving you. The blue is about messages that you receive. Okay, so there we go. Alrighty, so we only have one major arcana and one royal this week, so it's more or less a normal week for many people. If you did pick number 3 like I did, prepare yourself to let go of the past. It can be a bit like, when a snake loses its skin, it's sort of the flesh underneath is all new. It's a bit sort of raw or a bit delicate because you're growing. The snakes grow, and as they do, they have to lose their skin. So as we grow emotionally and spiritually, we too have to sort of revamp our identity, and sometimes that can be a little bit of a delicate kind of thing, and we might be a bit unsure of ourselves, but that's okay. Onwards and upwards. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching today. I really appreciate that. Leave a like and a comment, that'd be fabulous. Mostly have a very beautiful week, and I shall see you all again soon. I'll see you again. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.